The Chamber of Secrets has been opened, the secrets have been spilled. In this video, I'll show you exactly how the Instagram algorithm works in 2023. Ready? Let's do this. Hi my lovely people, it's Natalia and welcome back to my channel where I help you create better content and grow on social media. The Instagram algorithm seems like such a mystery to so many creators, and I wasn't joking with the Chamber of Secrets because it sure seems like nobody knows what it really is. There are so many myths around it and the majority of people are kind of scared of it. So how does the Instagram algorithm work? Well, thanks to Adam Mosseri and the Instagram blog, I can now spill all the secrets to you so you know how to make it work for you. Let's break it down. Let's start with Instagram algorithm 101 and actually dispel one of the biggest myths out there. There is no one algorithm, but a bunch of different ones for different places. What it means to you is that Instagram ranks things slightly differently for reels, feeds, stories, etc. Don't worry though, the principles are pretty much the same and you don't have to create insane amounts of separate strategies for all the different formats. It's crucial though that you understand how things work for different parts on IG. What you have to know as well is that algorithms are there to understand the users to the core and serve them with the best content possible in the present moment. This of course means they're very individual. What's going to be shown and promoted to one person may be completely different to another, not just because of their interests, but also because of who they are, who they interact with, and how they like to consume content. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Here's what you need to know about how the ranking works in all the different places on IG. Let's look at the first one, the story algorithm. The moment you open the app, Instagram analyzes what story might interest you the most based on a few factors which they call signals. The most important signal for IG that this may be the right story for you is your history of viewing previous stories from a particular creator. If you're regularly watching someone's stories, chances are that person will be one of the first ones you see in the stories feed when they post. If you've previously interacted with that creator, replied to their stories before, or liked them, this also tells Instagram that you're likely to be interested in seeing more there. The algorithms are constantly trying to assess how close you are to other people on the app, so things like exchanging DMs often will also be a sign for IG that there is a connection there. Based on all these signals, the algorithm here makes a prediction as to how likely you're to open a story, like it, reply to a creator, or move on to the next story. That's how it assesses how high a story should be ranked and therefore shown. What this means to you as a creator is that you need to actively encourage people to interact with your stories. The most helpful tactic here is to include engagement stickers on your stories pretty much from the very first slide you're going to post, because if they interact with this one, chances are they're going to watch the rest and connect with you further on the app. Never let those slide. I can tell you from my own experience that when I couldn't keep up with my story replies, my overall story views started dropping, so that's definitely something to think about. All right, we've got stories covered. Let's scroll down a little and look at the feed algorithm. The most important part to understand here is that this part of IG is here to hook you in, provide you with a fresh batch of interesting content posted since you last visited, and definitely keep you on the app longer. This means you're not only going to see posts from the creators you love, but recommendations from others that Instagram thinks you're going to vibe with. To understand this, the feed algorithm tries to guess as accurately as possible how likely you are to like, comment, share, tap on the profile, or spend some time looking at the post. Here, the signals are slightly different. The most important one is your previous activity, the history of your interactions with different types of content. The posts you liked, shared, saved, or commented on give IG an indication of what you're really into. The next one is the information about the post itself. Is it a popular one? Are people engaging with it? How quickly are they doing it? Is there a location attached? The bigger the impact here, the more likely it is to be pushed to other people further. Another important signal is the info about the creator, which tells IG how interesting they may be to you. Among other things, this is gauged based on how many times people have interacted with that person in the past few weeks as well. And the last one for the feed algorithm is how often you yourself interact with that creator. If you're commenting or again exchanging DMs, it's likely they're going to be the right match for you in the eyes of the Instagram algorithm, of course. The more chance there is of you interacting and the more important this interaction type is on a scale for Instagram, the higher the post will appear in the feed for you. Technically, what you're most interested in should be closer to the top, what you're least into closer to the bottom, but we all know Instagram doesn't always get it right. That's why we also have the favorites and the following feeds to have more control over what we want to see. Now, the favorites is pretty self-explanatory. It's a list of creators you yourself added to your favorites. A quick tip for me here, it might be worth encouraging your audience to add you to their favorites favorites to send that great signal to the algorithm. The following feed is basically a stream of posts from creators you follow in a chronological order. And a word for me on the chronological versus algorithmic approach. I know a lot of content creators complain that our posts don't show up in the order they were posted, saying that it was much easier to reach people back when it was a thing. Well, I have to say times have changed dramatically. We have many more active posters on the app, and this means a whole lot of content, and I mean unimaginable amounts posted every minute. With the sheer volume, your post would have been much more likely to drown, and there are users out there following hundreds, even thousands of creators. I believe the algorithm is there for a reason and helps us connect with our ideal audiences, if imperfectly at times. But let me know in the comments what you think about it. I want to know how you feel. For the feed, I've got a bit of tough love for you. To rank better, you need to create better content consistently. It's not enough to string a few random posts together with no consistency or strategy behind them. In order for the algorithm to deliver your content to your ideal audience, you need to create posts that constantly bring value, are super engaging to the right people, and build a community around you. Without continuous interaction from your audience, you're unlikely to rank high on a consistent basis. Activating your audience before you post may also be a good tactic to boost the interactions. If you want to know more about how to do it and what other things you can do before posting to help your post do better, watch this video right here. Okay, I think it's time for the Reels feed algorithm, and here the goal is to entertain the viewer. For this reason, Instagram wants to introduce loads of novelty for you so that the majority of content there comes from people you don't follow. But how do they assess which reel is the right one for you? Here, the most impactful signal is what reels you've interacted with lately by liking, commenting, sharing, or saving. This gives IG the overall context for your current interests. Then the history of your interactions with the creator comes to play. Even though you don't follow the majority of people you see there, if there were previous interactions, it's going to be beneficial for the ranking. Next, we've got the information about the reel itself, like the visuals and the audio that's attached, plus its popularity. Finally, we've got the info about the creator as well, especially how many followers they have and how high their engagement rate is. Pretty similar to the feed, but there are some differences since Instagram is looking for entertaining content here. What's the takeaway for you as a creator here? Hook people in. You want to create engaging, visually stimulating, snappy, and highly valuable reels that entice people to interact with them. You can increase the entertainment factor with some trending audios, because when you actually scroll through the Reels feed, probably around 90% of the videos you see there use trending tracks. To find if a sound is trending, look for the arrow icon in the bottom left here, and to find a whole list of what's popular right now, tap on any trending audio and click trending below the audio name. Another place to get discovered is the Explore page, so it's the perfect time to figure out how to get on it. To find the best content for you, the Explore algorithm selects a set of posts to rank based on your past activity. Then Instagram orders them according to your predicted interest level, looking at likes, saves, and shares as their priority. Here the signals are different because the most important one is the information about the post itself, especially its popularity. The algorithm analyzes how many people are liking, commenting, sharing, and saving a post, and it's very important how quickly it's all flowing in. In fact, Instagram emphasizes that it's more important here than on the feed and with stories. Apart from this general activity, your own interactions within the Explore page are being assessed, again, in terms of your own likes, comments, shares, and saves you leave under those newly discovered posts. That's a signal for Instagram to show you more similar content in Explore. Then we've got the history of interactions, which similarly to the Reels feed is less likely to have happened since it's mostly new people being shown there for you, and information about the creator to see how many times people have interacted with them in general. If you're hoping to land on the Explore page, you need to consistently create valuable content so that people are interacting with it, of course. The key here is to use striking visuals and strong hooks that instantly capture attention. Don't forget about adding some relevant hashtags to help the algorithm understand the post better. And of course, if you want to increase interactions, you have to give back as well, which means engaging with your followers and other creators as well. The social aspect is so often overlooked, but it's crucial to stimulate even more engagement for your posts and across the board. Now, a word on downgrading content. What's important to note here is that there are signals that the algorithms use to demote content. If a post goes against the community guidelines, it gets removed. Pretty straightforward, right? When misinformation is detected by third-party fact checkers, the post may be marked as false, altered, or partly false, and consequently, it will be ranked lower on the feed or stories. Also, based on what you reported previously, Instagram may rank certain posts lower too. I think it's the best place to also talk about shadow banning, aka the algorithms artificially capping or limiting your reach. It's something that Instagram consistently said does not exist and does not happen. If you're experiencing lower reach, it may be a global thing, but if it's you only, it's most likely that you're A, not posting enough and consistently enough, B, not creating engaging content that speaks to your ideal audience, and C, not having a clear brand message and a clear niche. If you suspect that something may be wrong with your account, it's best to go to the account status, which you get by going to your profile, tapping the burger menu in the top right corner, choosing settings and privacy, then scrolling all the way down to find it here in between help and about. It is basically how you can tell if your account and content are good to go and are eligible to be recommended on Instagram too. It's like a way of checking if you meet the requirements to get featured on the platform and for your content to rank well in general. The best way to consistently hit your social media goals and set yourself up for success is to have a strong marketing strategy, and I'm confident this video right here will help you create it. Give this video a big thumbs up if you've enjoyed it and consider subscribing. It really helps my channel grow and allows me to bring you even more in-depth content like this. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below, and I can't wait to see you next time.